Is it possible for you to make thousands of dollars in extra income per week with simple little postcards just like this? Well, the answer is yes, and in this video I'm going to explain to you step by step exactly how this can happen for you and how one of my more successful students by the name of Abel is actually able to make cheap, low-budget little postcards like this, an utter fortune for him every single week with this very simple strategy. So let's get into it. Okay, so ever since I posted a video about a student of mine, his name is Abel, a lot of you have been trying to hit me up on the exact strategy that he specifically uses for his postcard affiliate marketing strategy. So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what he does. Now, just a little bit of background on Abel. He's a senior, and he was really interested in my stuff years ago, decided not to do a lot of the stuff that I teach because, you know, a lot of people, their lives get busy, right? And then he realized that he needed a lot of income quick, and he got serious. So he actually took one of my mentorship groups, and he was able to take $0 in what he was making in income trying other business opportunities and turn it into an utter fortune using my what I call offline to online affiliate marketing strategy. And so I'm going to share with you kind of what he does and give you the gist of it. And then that way you'll have a very strong idea on whether or not this is something for you. Now, in full disclosure, a little earlier this year, he actually came up on some health issues, as sometimes older people have, or even all of us these days, quite honestly. I know I have my share of health issues every so often. And so his income was cut in half. But let me tell you what half is. So half of his income is like around $8,000 per week, not per month, per week. That's around half roughly of what he was making up to about late last year. And now he's ramping back up again to that, you know, $12,000 to $16,000 per week that he used to be at. So he had some health issues, and then he had a brother that had a major heart attack. So he was actually out of commission trying to take care of the family business and so forth, his family emergency issues that we all have to sometimes dive into when we have a family member down, right? So now he's getting back into it. But the cool thing about this business, and this is what he told me when I was talking to him recently, he said that it allowed him the opportunity to be able to take a step back and to serve his family, because if he was actually on the treadmill of working like he was before, he would not have been able to do that. So he was really grateful and thankful. And I had asked him, because he told me before that he did not want me to fully disclose exactly what he was selling, but he realizes just how critical it is for people, especially in today's economy, to know exactly how to make money, because there's so many bogus money-making opportunities out there that do nothing but steal money out of your wallet, and they don't help you make any money at all. So I asked him, I'm like, can I give him a little bit more in as far as details about exactly what you do? And so he said yes, because he wants to make sure that other people just like you, just like he, just like, you know, anybody who's looking for extra income has the opportunity to do so, if in fact you're willing to do this. Now, I will have to tell you that this is not the lazy man's way to riches. And so many of you have fallen victim to different opportunities that talk about how you can make millions of dollars online, just a couple clicks of the mouse, and then you're going to get rich. And reality is, if you're going to make money, even at this level, there's going to be a little bit of work involved. So if you're not interested in the work, you would rather just sit around and play video games and watch Netflix all day and doom scroll on your phone, then this is definitely not going to be the opportunity for you. However, if you're willing to put an extra hour to 2 hours a day into this until you can actually ramp it up, and then ultimately after a couple months, 2-3 months, you can actually quit your day job, whatever your day job is now, because this opportunity, this business will be able to not only surpass what your current monthly income is. I don't even care what it is. This business can surpass that, but it will far exceed it. So it'll be worth your time. I mean, imagine putting 8 hours a day into this business, which, by the way, you would never have to put 8 hours a day into this business. I mean, maximum that you'd have to put into this business would be maybe 3-4 hours maximum if you want to even make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, which I do actually have, by the way, students who make that. So let's talk about this. So why offline to online? Well, years ago I wrote a report, I called it Buy It or Beat It, and I was kind of ragging on a lot of the marketing gurus out there, especially the online marketing gurus who talk about, you know, placing Facebook ads and YouTube video ads and Google ads and Yahoo ads and all these different ads online. But the problem is there's so many, you know, newcomers into the online space And it's very difficult, if not impossible, to compete with that. And so if you actually want to make money, you have to now embrace what we call the old school strategy of marketing. Now, I've been in the marketing business since 1995. That's when I first started my first marketing business. So back then it was all old school. There was no internet. Yes, the internet was starting to become mildly popular. Back then, if you're as old as I am, you remember all the AOL discs that you'd find in pretty much anywhere, even at a post office, where you could just basically put the disc into your computer and sign up for AOL. And that's basically how the whole internet thing started, right? And so I actually created my first website with HTML, which if you don't know what that is, don't worry about it because that's difficult, but basically I had to use coding essentially to build a website. And this was, again, way back before, we're talking now the late 90s, way back before even the internet was a thing. Now, I knew how powerful the internet was going to be. I remember having an argument with my dad because I'm like, this is the future, this is the wave of the future. And he's like, nah, it's just a fad. You know, fast forward to today, and for the last solid at least decade, he's been paying all of his bills online. And I even made a mention to him. I'm like, Dad, you know, remember you told me that this internet thing was just a fad? My dad can't live without the internet, and he's like 76, all right? So, you know, I knew how powerful this was going to be, but I did not know how to market online. I didn't actually figure out and start making millions online until, let's see, probably around 2008, 2009. I started doing really well online, but up to that point, it was just a bunch of experimental, you know, BS, basically. So then online strategies overtook my old school strategies. Old school for me was postcards, direct mail marketing, display ads, full page ads in magazines and newspapers. That was what we call old school. And that's how I used to do all of my marketing, 100%. And then I went pretty much 100% online, and I abandoned all of my old roots in old school marketing. And it was because it just wasn't profitable enough anymore, because, you know, it was basically the new horizon with online marketing, and it was a new thing. It was like the wild, wild west. You could like advertise and make tons of money. It's like, who wouldn't want to do that without, you know, without any of this kind of work, right? And then, of course, after that part was kind of a fad, because then Google started slapping everybody, removing a lot of advertisers, banning people. Facebook started doing the same thing. You know, there was a massive increase in the pay-per-click. There was a lot of pay-per-click fraud, all kinds of things going on leading up to this point. So probably about 7 years ago or so, maybe a little longer, I started reintroducing my old school marketing methods, which are my offline marketing methods, which I call offline and online marketing. I started to reintroduce these kinds of marketing strategies and kind of do a hybrid. The hybrid version is basically have a postcard drive people to your online presence or your website or your funnel, and then make your sale there. And so I found that blending the two has been critical to my growth in my business and my success, because almost nobody's willing to do it that way. The old school marketers still want to do it the old school way. It's like, okay, I'm going to send out a direct mail marketing piece and have you send in a coupon with some money and, you know, buy my product. That's what the old school marketers who are 60 plus still do. And then you have the new school marketers that won't even touch this at all. They are only online. They only want to do Facebook ads, YouTube video ads, Instagram ads. They don't even want to do anything offline. And then there's the Gen Xers like me, who want to blend both, because we can sit on the fence and we exist in both worlds, you know, relatively seamlessly. Where we know old school, but we also know a lot of the new technology as well, and we quietly sit in the corner and count our packs of money, because most people are not willing to do what we're willing to do, and most people don't know what we know as far as a lot of different things in the world, not just marketing. And so I was able to seamlessly blend the two together, where we basically send these low budget, super cheap postcards out. You send people to an online marketing platform. I mean, obviously you want to have some kind of really good video sales letter or some way of sucking people in. And obviously you also want to offer what we call free bait, something of high value to get people to go there. Just because you have your website on a postcard does not mean people are going to go there. You need to make it an offer they can't refuse, even if it's free. Sometimes it's harder to sell free than it is to actually sell a product sometimes. And so the offline to online marketing strategy works because you still have the people on these mailing lists that you can get who are kind of old school in the way, but even the old school folks. I just talked about how my dad's 76. I mean, if you're older and up there in age, if you're a baby boomer and you still don't have email, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, if you're watching this video, you definitely are hip to technology, right? There are a lot of baby boomers who don't have email, don't have a cell phone. That's far and few between. And we're talking about people that are even exceeding baby boomer age, like maybe people in their 90s plus, right? But every baby boomer I know of has a phone, knows how to use email, knows how to attach files, knows how to get to a website, okay? So the cool thing about these kinds of offline marketing strategies is that you have the ability to be able to attract people who have some of the highest expendable income in this country, which by percentage of people, because baby boomers encompasses a huge percentage of the population, they have a lot of expendable income for your stuff. Yet nobody seems to want to reach them, because the only way marketers tend to want to reach people these days is Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. And yes, you will reach some baby boomers, but the reality is people are so unfocused when they're on those platforms. Nobody goes to Facebook to buy anything, right? Nobody really goes to YouTube to buy anything. Yeah, when they're on Google, they probably type something in that they might be interested in buying. Google ads are still relatively good if you know how to do Google ads and place Google ads. But other than that, people are not really going on any of those platforms to specifically buy anything. They're looking for information about something, or they're just looking to connect with friends and family if it's Facebook. So when people are getting a postcard in the mail and you give them what I call the offer that they can't refuse for the free bait or the free offer, which could be a free report, free video, etc., or a multitude of different things, then they go online. Now they're invested at this point, because you're targeting people that are not targeted normally, because people have pretty much wholly ignored this market, even though they have the most expendable income. Go figure. It's like everybody wants to target the millennials. It's like some millennials have money, not a lot of them do, not by percentage as far as baby boomers go. But I don't know. I'd rather target the people that have money. I don't know about you, but that's what I want to do. So some of these old school mailing lists still have a lot of these people that have expendable income, but nobody's really marketing to them anymore. They've abandoned them because they've all gone online with marketing. So what I found is that when you do these low budget postcards, get these specific mailing lists, target these people, offer them something that they cannot refuse. They can't possibly refuse an offer they can't refuse for something for free. Send them to an online funnel. An online video sales letter, for example, is a really good one. I like to do a video sales letter with a sales letter below it so that they can read and watch the video as well. And then you can do your email follow-ups if they don't buy right away. Now there's two different kinds of funnels that I want to talk about. There's the ascension model funnel, and then there's what I call the top-down funnel. You might have heard these terms in marketing before if you're an online marketer. So an ascension model is if you, after they opt in and watch the free video, you can sell them on a book. You can do a free plus shipping and handling book offer, or maybe it's a $7 to $10 book, right? And then in the funnel, they can get upsold on different things in the funnel. Like the next upsell might be a $97 thing, and then the next thing might be $297. Whatever the case may be, you have at least 2 to 3 upsell opportunities in the funnel after they get the free book with shipping and handling. You can even offer the free book with shipping and handling on the postcard. You let them know that I want to offer you this free book, and when you get to the website, you want to put in fine print, it's free with shipping and handling. They get to the website, they get pitched about the book, and then they buy the book, and then they're upsold a bunch of other stuff in the funnel. So that's the ascension model. The other model is called the top-down model, which is basically you don't really do any selling of any kind. You get them to the website, get them to opt in. Opting in is so vitally important, you guys. You have to get their name and email address so that you can continue marketing them through email blasts and email drips, right? So you have to get their name and email address for them to get the free bait or the free thing that you're offering to them. So once they go there, if you decide to do the top-down model, it's a little different, but it's going to be a little more, how do I say this? A little more intensive when it comes to labor, but it's so much more profitable. And so what you can do is offer them a free video. They watch the video. They're so enthralled in what you talk about in the video or what the video is about that they want to book a call with you. Now, I'm sure you've heard about the book a call funnel, and this is if you're trying to sell any product or service that's over $3,000, you'll definitely want to book a call or have people book a call so you can sell them. Ideally, you'll be selling them something $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and you'll be able to, do one sale a month, and you'll be good, right? 1 or 2 sales a month. However, I've noticed in this economy, and especially with these specific kinds of mailing lists that you'll be able to get for these postcards, your ascension model is going to work best. And you can kind of do a hybrid of both, and here's how. You offer them the free book on the postcard, free with shipping and handling. They go to the website, they get the free book, And then you basically upsell them several other things, at least 3 other things in the funnel. And then at the very end on the thank you page or the receipt page, you can then do a book a call there, if they're interested in the higher level thing, whatever that higher level thing might be. So it's a hybrid. Or what you could do is on the receipt page, have some kind of maybe hour and a half webinar where you're selling a $2,000 thing or a something that's a payment plan, for example. So that's another option as well, to where when you have the Ascension model, everybody's going to end up on the thank you page or the receipt page, and you can again book a call. Or if you don't want to deal with any phone calls because you're not a good salesperson, don't want to waste your time doing sales, etc., don't want to talk to people, I understand, then you can do something that can sell like $1,000 to $2,000 program on the receipt page. And so if you're wondering, okay, Monica, forget all this. I don't want the Life and Times, marketing 101 from you for the last 30-something years. Teach me what Abel does. That's probably what you're thinking. This is what Abel does, okay? He sends out a postcard and he offers something for free. He does not do the book funnel. He does not do the Ascension model. He offers a free video about stock trading. Okay, it's a free video, and it's for an affiliate program that he does. Now, he does a couple different affiliate programs. The first one that he started off with is an affiliate program on ClickBank, which you can find in the marketplace. It's one that you actually have to get pre-approved for. So if you don't know anything about ClickBank, you could start a free account. And by the way, let me warn you before you run off and go get a ClickBank account for free to be an affiliate. They're getting really strict. I don't know what the hell's going on with the people at ClickBank, but they're getting really strange as far as who they're allowing to have an account. I don't know why they're getting weird about it. I mean, they're making money every single time somebody makes a sale, so then they're just getting really strange. So if you have a business or a business email, it's like they'll shut your account down and ban you, like right off the bat. So let me warn you, this is one of the few times I ever recommend people sign up as an individual with an individual social security number and an individual Gmail account when you're starting any kind of business-related platform. And this is the time. All right, so write this down. He goes to ClickBank. He went to clickbank.com, started a personal account. Remember, you want a personal account, personal email, your own personal social security number. You do not want any business info in there. Otherwise, they will not allow you to have an account. I don't know why. By the way, here's a tip for you. ClickBank is weird. When you go to ClickBank, you go in the upper right-hand corner and they'll say start here or start account or something to that effect. Don't click on that. Click on the login account, or just say that you already have an account, like a sign in button. You want the sign in button because otherwise they're going to try to drag you into some kind of course they're going to try to sell you when you try to establish an account for the first time. So don't fall for that scam. Instead, just go in as if you already have an account, and then click at the login button. And then when you get to the login page, there'll be a little fine line at the bottom that says, start an account, or, new here, start an account. That's where you want to go. Otherwise, they try to suck you into some scammy course that they're trying to sell. If you try to go with the blue button in the upper right-hand corner, that's just how they get you. I don't know what they're doing. They're getting kind of shim-shammy. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so once you get an account, once you're in there, you're going to have to get yourself something called a nickname. Now, a nickname allows you to promote people's products. So the nickname is not your username, which is your email. A nickname is could be your first and last name, an initial, or some numbers. It could be the name of your business and some numbers, but it's going to be something that you need to help create what's called a hop link, which is your affiliate link, to make sure that you get paid on every transaction that takes place where somebody buys a product on ClickBank. So you want to establish a nickname. Now, once you get your nickname, on the far left side of the screen, there'll be a little tiny icon that kind of looks like a storefront. It's really small, so you might want to blow up your screen a little bit, but it'll be on the far left side of the screen, and it looks like a little store, and it's about halfway down, maybe a little lower than that. And so you want to click on that. That's your marketplace. You want to find the ClickBank marketplace. And once you get to the marketplace page, you want to look for the investing tab, and you want the one that says investing, okay? So click on that, and then what you want to do is filter it. I think the most popular, highest paid program is already by default at the very top in the middle of the screen anyway, but there's a little filter button that you can use at the top middle part of the screen, and you can actually find out the ones that pay the most by simply pulling down, using that pull down menu box, and then finding the ones that pay the most. Now, here's the thing. This is where the rubber meets the road in this. And that is, if you can find some kind of program that has continuity or auto billing, meaning that they hit up people's credit cards every single month, like your customers and clients, maybe they're going to be part of some stock trading hot tips thing or something, and every single month their credit card gets hit for a certain amount of money, and you get a piece of that action every month. So you want to be part of some kind of continuity program. This is why I really like those stock trading programs, because either it's some kind of software, some kind of hot tips thing, some kind of maybe a combination of both, and people have to pay every single month to be able to stay part of the program. So that's why he chose stock trading, which I recommend a lot of people going into this choose some kind of stock trading, because you can get that continuity income, which is what actually can make you rich, okay? So he actually chose the one that makes the most money, and you can find this one by going into the ClickBank system, going under Marketplace, looking for the investment tab, and then simply going in and choosing the one that actually makes the most money. Now this is the one though that will require some pre-authorization. You're going to, when you click that promote button, which is this little yellowish orange button that says promote, it's going to ask you to get pre-approval from the company that sells this program. So you're going to have to go through that process and get pre-approval and be able to sell that product. Some of them require pre-approval, some of them do not. It only takes a day or two to get the pre-approval. You might as well go for it, try it out and see if you can get the pre-approval for it. So just to give you a recap on what he does, he sends these low budget postcards out, offers a free video about how to make money with stock trading, and they go to the website, they opt in, they put in their name and email address to get this free video, and then they go over into the website. So it's basically going to be the website for the affiliate who actually does all the heavy lifting on the sales. They're the ones that actually have the sales video that the prospect watches. They're so awesomed out by the video that they decide to whip out their wallet and they decide to immediately pay for the program, which is including an auto continuity program. And that's essentially how he does it. So he does have his own website. He does have his own website because he has to capture people's names and email addresses. It's like 1 or 2 pages, and that's all he has. So it's like basically page 1, opt in here, so people put their name and email address in, and then I think it's a page 2, click here to get the video, and then they go off into the area for the affiliates. Whoever is hosting the affiliate website, they go immediately over after page 2. That clicked link in page 2 of Bert's website has the hop link in there to make sure that he gets paid every single time somebody clicks on that button, goes to the affiliate's website, and pays for the service, the stock trading service. So that's how it works. That's how he's able to make as much money as he does. And also, he uses these low budget postcards. Now, I will warn you about postcards. You don't want to use these 4x6s. These suck. I mean, these are the only ones that you can use to get postcard rate with by the U.S. Postal Service standards. But if you want to get more bang for your buck, it's recommended that you can use like these 5x8 sizes, or even better, in a 5.5 or 6-inch by 11-inch. You're going to, of course, need first-class postage to be able to pull it off. But there's a low-budget way that you can actually do this postage. You can actually go to a mail house that can do pre-sorted standard rate, which would be roughly around 46 or so cents each postcard at the 6x11 size, which is bigger than this. So that's your option. Or what you can do is go on a place like eBay. There are people that went out of business. They're selling their rolls of stamps from their office. You can actually get a discount on your postage. But I always recommend that you try to get a discount on your postage if you're going to be doing the mailing yourself. Now, there are companies that will actually do the mailing for you. There's a company that I know of that will actually do these I think this is about a 5x8 postcard. And if you have a subscription, which I believe the subscription is, it's kind of expensive. It's like $150 a month for the subscription. But they will actually send these 5x8 size postcards out for you for free. You just have to pay for the postage on every single one of these. And I don't really remember what the postage is, but it's not as expensive as if you're going to try to do this yourself. So I can give you a link to the company that offers that service. But again, there is a monthly fee for you to be able to send these 5x8 postcards out for free. But it is worth it if you're going to be sending out 5,000 or so of these postcards every single month. And that's probably going to be the next question you have, is how many postcards does Bert send? Well, in the beginning, he started out with like 500 a week. And he did it himself because, he didn't really have the money to, hire a company to do it, to print and mail everything, because some of those print and mail companies are expensive, like Postcard Mania. They're really ridiculously expensive. They're like the Kinkos of the postcard world, so you probably don't want to use them. But there's, more low budget, services that'll do it, send out postcards for you. But I found that it's more effective if you do it yourself. Like, for example, this guy, you can see that he put his first class stamp on there, right? And I can guarantee you that he probably got this stamp probably for a discount, because a lot of people are going on places like eBay to be able to get these for a deep discount, these stamps that a lot of companies that they're not using the stamps anymore because they want to on a business. Mind you, you want to make sure that they're not counterfeit stamps. You don't want to use counterfeit, but you want to make sure that you get a discount on your stamps. So this is going to be the best route to take. Get these postcards. If you can do them yourself, I recommend that you use a company called printsmadeeasy.com. Printsmadeeasy.com. They're out of Southern California. They do the lowest cost postcards. They'll do 5.5 or 6 inches by 8, which are your bigger postcard. You're going to need a first class stamp for them. But like I said, get your low budget first class stamps on eBay. They need to be first class. And then do them yourself. So the mailing list broker I use, he will actually do the labels for you. So if you want to, get the labels done, you don't want to have to print these labels out yourself, he can send you the labels. You just have one of your kids or something do labels all day and do, stamps, and get your business rolling that way. That's how I started my first mail order business. I was on my living room floor. I watched movies and I was doing, stamps, and I was mailing stuff out. So if you want to start making, thousands of dollars per week, you got to sacrifice something. You got to do some kind of work, otherwise you're not going to get the benefit of it. So he started off with $500 a week. Now I think he's up to, I want to say $5,000 a week is what he does on average. Sometimes he does a little more, sometimes he does less, but on average he does about 5,000 of these postcards a week. He has a company do them for him. He doesn't do them himself anymore, obviously, because it's just not, it's not a good use of his time for him to do 1,000 a day, which would be 5,000 a week. But he uses a company now to do it. But in the beginning, he did these himself, okay? And you can do them yourself as well until you can ramp up to that point. So you want to start off with about 500 a week until you ramp up. But the key is you want to find the right promotion to send people to. It's got to be the right continuity program, the right high-ticket item. You don't want to send people to a program that costs $40 and you get $20 per sale. You're never going to make any money with that, because these on average you'll get about a 2% response of people that will go to your website, and maybe about 10% of that 2% will actually buy the product that you have on the affiliate site. So that product better cost some dough. Otherwise you're not going to make any money, okay? So you want to make sure that you find the right program. You're also going to want to have somebody create these for you. And there's a lot of really awesome people on Fiverr.com who can create a postcard for you, a really good high response postcard, and they'll charge maybe $100, $150 to create the postcard. Just make sure that it's such an amazing, well-written copy postcard that it would get you to want to go to the website. You don't want it to be boring. You don't want it to be something that's just lame or cheesy. It's got to be something that just really wants them to go to the website for whatever promotion or freebie that you have, which is what we call free bait, okay? So that's the key. That's what you want to do. And if you want to start making thousands of dollars per week, then you're going to have to do the work yourself in the beginning, at least. And then later on, you can have a company do these for you. So if you're interested in learning more, I have a much longer training that kind of goes over how this whole thing works. And then you'll be able to see how it works if you're interested or not. That's completely up to you. So down below in the description box, I actually have a link to that. In addition to that, if you're not part of my free school group to learn more about how to make money with these kinds of opportunities, as well as get free book downloads and other trainings that I have going on, you go to school.com/Monica Main. There's over 3,000 of you that are part of this group. So it's really amazing and it's really growing. And so it's pretty incredible and I'm really excited about it. So you want to join that group before I start charging for it, because if you get in for free, you'll be in for free forever. You will lock yourself into that free rate, which is $0.00, all right? So you want to get into that as soon as you can. And if you found that this content was helpful, please give me a nice thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel. And tell me about other money-making opportunities or other things you want me to talk about in this channel in the comments down below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I like answering all of your questions and so forth. I actually get a kick out of it. I like communicating with you guys because I'm here for service for you, and I'm here to help you along your way in entrepreneurialhood, if that's what we call it, as well as helping you better your life in any way I possibly can using my experience levels for the last 30 years. So that's why I'm here. All right, everybody, this is Monica Main signing off, and I will see you in the next video.